What up, though, y'all? What up, though? We are back at it again with another episode of Lions 411. As you can see, if you are looking at the visuals of this, we got a little bit of a remix to the show, and we'll get to that in a second. We'll definitely be sure to introduce our guests. But again, thank you for joining in. Obviously, very interesting Sunday. A lot of stuff to touch on. Very crazy game from a lot of different perspectives. But of course, King Keith, y'all know where y'all can find me, _ Dr. King's Dream on Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to pass it over to my co-host so she can let y'all know where to listen to us at.
All right. What up, world? It is your girl CB. You can follow 411 Lions Podcast on TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts. Now, Detroit, we got a special guest in the building. We
Special.
have a collab. We promised that we are going to find a collab, and damn it, he found us. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name is Zack. I live in Muskegon on the other side of the state from CB. Basically, a buddy of mine and I decided to do the little sports podcast thing because why not? And kind of the whole goal from the beginning was to meet new people, talk sports, network, and of course, living in Michigan, seeing and hearing a lot of Lions fans and being introduced to different Lions podcasts and stuff. I found 411 on TikTok, reached out and said, "Hey, look, we're on the other side of the state from you guys. My partner's an Eagles fan. I'm a Giants fan, but we can find some mutual ground. I'm sure you guys don't like the Eagles. Right now, I'm not a big fan of the Packers. My uncle's a Vikings fan. My girlfriend's dad's a Bears fan. My girlfriend's a Lions fan. So a lot of interactions with a lot of different people, and so far have made some friends. And the show's called Jive Sports, and that basically was just kind of like a spur of the moment type situation where I used to draw a lot of hand turkeys on my stuff at school, and needed a new logo, and decided that would be a cool thing to put on a shirt. And what goes with turkeys? Jive turkey. So that's the whole story there.
Yeah, where can people follow your podcast and your show?
Well, YouTube at Jivesportspod and TikTok right now. I mean, TikTok and YouTube are basically our two main sources of where I upload stuff. Right now, my partner's kind of like he's the tech guy, and I'm the pretty face. But he's usually the one that will upload to Spotify and Apple and stuff. But he's been busy, so I think we're a couple episodes behind. But YouTube, Jivesportspod, TikTok, Jivesportspod, I believe too.
All right, Detroit, make sure you follow him. And yeah, just side note on your YouTube channel, it's definitely growing. Okay, we're at like 300 something. I checked that today.
310, something like that.
hmm Once you get to 1,000 subscribers, oh man.
Yeah,
It's a
only
slow
up from
grind.
there. Yeah,
It's a very
only up
slow
from there.
grind.
All right, so with that being said, we have Detroit Lions versus New York Giants. Now, obviously, there are a bunch of predictions. We predicted a blowout. Sports books, Vegas. I mean, they put the Lions winning the game by more than double digits, but the score was actually Detroit 34, New York 27. If we are breaking down a couple things with the game that we saw, Detroit rush yards 237, New York Giants 122. Detroit was 5 of 12 on third down, still not good. The Giants, excuse me, were 8 of 16 for 50%. Thankfully, fourth down, Detroit was 0 of 0. New York was 1 of 3. Total plays, Detroit had 65. New York had 77. And time of possession, very interesting. Detroit Lions, 28 minutes. New York Giants, 37. Who wants to go first? What happened?
I'll go ahead and chime in
Yeah.
because I have thoughts, I have feelings. For one, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I want to say I am happy that the Lions managed to win this game. I guess you could say this is one of those things where, like, oh, well, good teams have to find ways to win these kind of games because, for one, the Giants do seem to be playing pretty well with Jameis Winston under center. I mean, they took the Packers pretty much to the break last week, it seemed like. So maybe they just kind of have something here. Um, Honestly, though, I was very, very disappointed in the Lions' performance from a lot of perspectives. It seems like on offense, they're just kind of locking in still on specific players, and I don't know what the issue with that is with Goff not having the chemistry. It seems like Sam Laporta's injury really is a bigger deal than I think we may have expected it to be. That safety blanket is kind of missing. The middle of the field just isn't open as much. It seems like for Jared Goff, but overall, just kind of not a good performance from the Lions. Obviously, I got the Jameer jersey on. He had a fantastic game, and he's always going to give his. Um, St. Brown kind of bounced back, though he dropped several passes in this game, which again is just extremely uncharacteristic of Amon Ra. So I don't know. I think the Lions might just be in a bit of a funk right now. I'm not really sure on the offensive side of the ball because the ups and downs are just kind of killing us. The Giants have a legitimate pass rush. They play really well. Like they deserve all the credit in the world for pushing the Lions to the brink. But on defense, I'm confused. I'm honestly fully confused. They played so good against Philadelphia last week, and for Jameis Winston to be able to carve this team up was kind of confusing. And we've seen the Lions be able to kind of not shut down teams' past games, but kind of like narrow in on a legitimate weapon. And Wan'Dale Robinson, they should have known coming into this game, is a good football player. I know Giants struggle in the passing game, not necessarily a big name, but he's a guy that can beat you. And, we shut down the Justin Jeffersons and the Jamar Chases with a good game plan, bringing a safety down, playing man coverage. I don't know where the adjustments were in this game. Like, it just seemed like they were like, we're going to stick to the plan, and the plan was not working. And I know the Giants got some trick plays off and some cool stuff, but, like, I thought this was a very ugly showing from the Lions, and it makes me very, very concerned for Thursday's game.
I'm
Go
not.
ahead, Tiff.
I'm not concerned for you guys. I think you guys are going to cook the Packers. So
I
I
would
think
love
that's. I think that could be a get right mentally type game for you guys. So yeah, I mean, going into the game, the Giants were like a 12.5 point underdog. I took them. I said the Giants would keep it close, but let's just be honest here. A lot of luck involved today. A lot of big plays that don't normally happen. The two trick plays. Jameis almost got sacked when Singletary gave him the ball back. The pass from Gunner, where Jameis caught the touchdown pass. I mean, that almost got blown up. A couple big plays that kind of kept the Giants, a touchdown to 10 point lead. But I never felt comfortable in it because I knew at some point the bottom was going to fall out, and you can't get lucky all game. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I expected the Lions to be able to run as well as they did. I kept joking that I thought the Lions could break an NFL rushing record because the Giants' rush defense is atrocious, and of course, Jahmyr Gibbs is insane. He may not be the fastest player in the league, but I think he has the fastest acceleration because within 2 or 3 strides, he's full speed and he's gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I knew that home run was always going to be there, and it came through in the end. Um, I I was kind of conflicted with the decision to go for it on fourth down instead of kicking the field goal at the end of the game. Part of me is like, I wanted to see some of that fire and like, let's put them away now because you have nothing to lose as a 2-8 team or whatever. But at the same time, it was like, man, if you just kick the field goal there, they have to score, and then you have the opportunity to take the lead back with the field goal. But um, props to the Lions, never folded, kept things rolling. I knew as soon as the coin flipped in overtime, it was GG's. So uh, I had no delusions of thinking that we're gonna have, I don't know. I really wanted to win because obviously I have my girlfriend and everybody and all the family and all the friends being able to talk shit to them would be nice because I have to hear it all year long. But unfortunately, I have to wait another year.
Yeah. Great point with the Gibbs acceleration, things like that. The Giants' run defense, to be fair, yeah, you're correct. It wasn't really up to par today. I don't know. I think the luck definitely played a factor, but also I think that the Lions got a little bit of luck too. I mean, that field goal that Jake Bates hit, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that where like he's kicking sliders, like he's literally kicking like a curveball out there. And for him to nail that was insane.
As a Giants fan, I've gotten used to seeing kickers kick their career longs against us. It happens all the time, and I made the joke on Facebook because earlier today, or like an hour and a half ago or so, Brandon Aubrey misses a 50-yarder against the Eagles, but he kicked a 66-yarder against us, and it's just like I'm so used to seeing that. So
That's funny that we're like scarred in a similar way because I'm sure you remember when Justin Tucker hit the
yeah,
walk off 66-yarder against us. Same thing, same feeling,
yeah.
same feeling.
But yeah, I mean, a couple big plays. If you take out those two trick plays, I mean, this is a blowout probably. Just a couple big plays for the Giants. A little bit of luck, and sometimes it's better to be. What do they say? It's better to be lucky than good. So
Yeah, I do agree with that, and I do think that some of the Lions' issues, I think, to their favor, seemed more schematic related than personnel related. I don't think that the players necessarily played bad. I just think that the game plan the Lions had to attack the Giants was not strong at all. Um, and I mean, to give credit again, Jameis Winston is just a gamer. Like he gives you a chance to win. Now he'll also give you a good chance to lose, but
hmm
he will give you a chance to win with the jump balls and giving his guys a go at it. And today the Giants guys make plays. That Theo Johnson is legit.
hmm
He makes tough contested catches. Isaiah Hodgins made some big plays. So
Yeah.
it was interesting to see. I mean, I want to ask from your perspective as a Giants fan, do you like this style of play? Obviously, Jackson Dart will be back eventually, but also he was playing under a different coach. What does it look like when Jackson Dart is hopefully healthy again? Like, what are you expecting?
you know, it's tough to tell because I think we're obviously playing with a lame duck head coach. I don't think Mike Kafka is going to be the coach in next year. Um, I I argue with Giants fans all the time, especially the guys in New York that I've collabed with, because I don't know what it's like in other fan bases, but what I've noticed a lot with Giants the last couple of years, I don't know if it's the internet and how we're consumed by social media, and I always keep making this joke about like I feel like fans now they almost want their teams to be bad, so they have something to complain about because the viral videos of people punching their TVs and burning jerseys and stuff. Um, I never want my team to lose, and I hate this idea that people constantly want to point the finger at one player, cut this guy. So a couple weeks ago it was Darius Slay, and then it was Deontay Banks. I'm like, who are we going to cut today, guys? I just I want to build players. I feel like the Giants secondary especially is very young. I think like the oldest one might be like 26, but a lot of like 23 to 24-year-old guys that if you can develop them and let them kind of grow as a unit together, that's how you can build a lot of chemistry and a lot of trust between each other. And if you just want to keep cutting everybody, then you just want to you're playing the lottery, just hoping to get, the next Darrelle Revis when you can just build a unit as a team. And you don't need stars. You can be a group like, I mean, Legion of Boom was great with Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor and stuff, but you can do that with a bunch of guys in their roles working together too. So the way I don't know how it's going to look. Uh, the other thing is firing coaches so often makes me feel like we've finally actually become that bad team that everyone says we are. Because what you see in a lot of bad teams is firing coaches all the time, going through
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks all the time, and so I hate that Jackson Dart has to experience this year one, firing the coach midseason, 4 concussion evaluations, finally got diagnosed with one. Um, I don't know. So it's been kind of a train wreck this year for the Giants. So actually, it can't get worse than it is now, right? I guess that's the silver lining is it's pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
I may. Oh,
Go ahead. Go
did you?
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying. Well, I mean, if I may, the Giants, I think that they are entering that new era. They do have Dart. Unfortunately, Malik Neighbors went out on that ACL. Fortunately, that running back went out. I do like how the offense is kind of shaping up, and
Hmm.
the receiver you guys had, Wandale, yeah. So I do like the offensive pieces. Now, if they can get the coaching staff together, and next year, when everybody's healthy, we can really run this thing back. But I really wanted to see the game with what is it, Scatabo,
Yep.
Mhm.
Dart, and Malik Neighbors playing our team. I kind of wanted to see that, but obviously we didn't get that. But I think the Giants are slowly heading in the right direction, but with those injuries and like you said, with the coach getting fired, Jackson Dart finally taking the start now. I think you guys can turn it around. I think you guys can turn it around. I think you guys definitely have a good quarterback, Malik Neighbors, good running back. Y'all got some soul when y'all that Jackson Dart and that Scatterbo and y'all dance and doing y'all little thing. So, but
Yeah.
with this game, I didn't think it would be that close. But the Giants, they showed some grit. I mean, I know that's our saying all grit, but the Giants definitely showed some grit. I wasn't really impressed with the Lions on offensive side of the ball and defensively. We gave up some nice plays. We left some big holes that we normally don't because I thought we were playing man coverage, but I don't know what we're doing today. It seemed like some man, seemed like maybe we were backing up a little bit. I
A
don't know
lot
what
of
we were doing.
busts, a lot of coverage busts, particularly on the run. When Tracy had the 41-yarder down the sideline, I mean, I haven't seen a player with that much space in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the TV screen, like, what the hell? Is he on a different field than everybody
I'm
else? Like,
I'm waiting for a flag. I'm like, how did he get there? There's nobody around. Like, something's going on. Where's the flags at? Somebody's offside. There's something wrong.
yeah, the miscommunications and the bust. That's why I said I think schematically, I think there was some confusion because I'm guessing Anzalone maybe was supposed to be covering him on that play, but Anzalone blitzed on that play, so he's coming after the quarterback, and Tracy is just kind of chilling. So those kind of things came up in the game, but I did want to say really quickly, I do want to give credit. I know the Lions' offense didn't look as good as it possibly could have, but the Giants' defensive line obviously is very, very highly regarded. I did not know Brian Burns already had 13 sacks this season. Like they're legit. Abdul Carter has excellent bend. He's going to start getting there more. You got Thibodeau, you
Hmm.
got Dexter Lawrence, Darius Alexander. Shout out to the University of Toledo, fellow alum. He's very talented as well. So the Lions' offensive line, I actually thought played okay considering for one they ran for almost 300 yards, and golf today's game was one of those games where like I'm a little bit frustrated by him to say the least. He as a fan, I was ready to throw the remote at my TV watching him play, especially on that final drive. The delay of game was unacceptable, or almost delay of game to where they had to use their timeout. Have no idea what the hell was going on there. The decision to throw the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs in the flat with no timeouts, and there's a guy like clearly right on him. Horrible decision. He missed Tesla on a very easy comeback route on that same drive. He, the pressure thing, like again, the offensive line was holding up about as good as they possibly could have against a defensive line like this. You got to stand in the pocket and make some of these throws. Like this, the turtling thing. I'm a little bit over it. I love Jared Goff. I think he's our quarterback. But today really, really frustrated me, especially on that final drive. I know his stats look fine, and the only interception came on a drop by St. Brown. But there were some things where I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. I mean, more and more, it kind of seems like Sean McVay kind of knew what he was doing, and you hate to say that because
Oh,
as
please don't nod your head.
No.
uh,
Oh, only in the sense that I mean, Stafford took them to the promised land, and I love golf, and I think that he can help us get to the promised land. Stafford can take you to the promised land, and I love Jared Goff to death, and I think that we can win a Super Bowl with him. But every now and then he has these yips, these
Yeah,
issues where it's like
definitely.
Stafford would have hit them throws, Stafford wouldn't have made the mistakes. And I'm not here to do the Stafford game. I love Jared Goff. He's our quarterback. In essence, F Matthew Stafford right now. Like, we're not talking about him. But if you're being real, these are those little things that I think coaches know they have to coach around with Jared Goff. And today it kind of reared its head. On that final drive, I'm glad Jake Bates made whatever sorcery was going on with that kick. But if he had missed that drive, that loss is on Jared Goff because he looked really bad on that final drive. Very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
you're right. Go. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, yeah, I mean, I think you guys are right in a sense, but Detroit fans, Keith, I mean, we kind of know this is golf. Like he's good, he's very accurate, but he always does that turtling thing. And with the Lions, if we can kick the door in, the defensive line can kick the door in a little bit, get a little bit of pressure, rush four. You could throw Jared Goff off. So
I just
it's
feel like
not nothing that I've never seen before.
he's usually cerebral though. He usually makes really good decisions, and his accuracy is usually pretty good. In the midst of Tesla or whatever, there was pressure coming, but the delay game thing. You're the quarterback. You got to run the offense. People may blame Dan Campbell. You're the quarterback. Get everybody together. You spike the ball. You know you got 25 seconds. You don't have whatever else you think you have. Like, let's get to it. And then the throw to gives, like, that was just so not good, and there was not the pressure on him there. Like, I didn't understand that.
It was a bad decision.
For me, with Goff, he's clearly a timing and rhythm quarterback, and when he's even if the pressure isn't there and it's not getting to him as often as it may seem, he definitely, as you said, he gets the yips, and it throws everything off because if he's not in rhythm, if the timing's not there, and he's not somebody who can go off script very easily. He's very textbook. He's pinpoint accurate if he's got time and the play is going how they drew it up. But the
Yep.
second it's not within that 2 or 3 step drop and go, he's lost. He's a babe in the woods, and so um, everyone's kind of already got the blueprint out on him. If you can get pressure on him, then the Eagles did that to him last week. The Giants were kind of getting around him. I think that was messing things up. But Stafford is a guy who is so talented that those things, like, he can make any throw at any time. And
Mm-hmm.
Goff is more of a guy that he needs everything to be kind of. You don't. I mean, I hate the idea of the system quarterback because I feel like every quarterback is in a system, but especially Goff when he hears he's hearing footsteps when he shouldn't sometimes, and I'm not really sure why, because I don't think he's ever had any like significant injury that cost him a lot of time, has he?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think
Yeah,
back
but
to
he
even when
took
he was.
a nasty hit in the playoffs, the Commanders.
Yeah, he's taken some shots before, and I get it as far as like being a guy that just isn't the most mobile, so he has to worry about those shots. But there were just some times this game where I'm like, I think the offensive line is holding up well. Like, he didn't get hit that often.
Yeah.
There was some interior pressure, which he seems to struggle with more than anything. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to see a little bit more because I know that he is kind of the system guy, but I also feel like we've seen him operate it so well. And last year in particular, his numbers against the blitz were fantastic. Like, he was
Hmm.
getting pressure, but he was still making plays. And this year, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to blame any outside factors, whatever it may be, but it's just been a couple of games now where it's like he seems overly affected by the pressure that's coming at him.
And the thing too is with the Lions' weapons around, there's so much speed everywhere, and those are the type of guys that uh, are much better off script because they can get open, they can burn everybody, and he's not able to I don't know, throw them open or whatever. Um, I'm not sure. I wonder sometimes too if there is a psychological thing going on. I wonder if because once again, Stafford's playing so great, the Rams look unstoppable. Stafford hasn't thrown an interception since week 3, and right now they're cooking the the Bucks. So I wonder if in his mind he's like, the Rams got rid of me, and now I'm kind of like giving the Lions fans false hope because all the excuses are gone. It's not like he hasn't had weapons or there's been these pieces missing or whatever. He's always had the stuff, so everyone's going to start saying you have receivers, you have running two great running backs, you got a good line, the defense is playing pretty solid. The problem is probably you. So I think for Goff, uh, I mean it would probably affect me if I was him, because the finger's gonna the finger is going to be pointed somewhere, and it can't be
Mm-hmm.
pointed at Gibbs. It can't be pointed at St. Brown. It can't be pointed at Montgomery or the line or whatever. So who's it going to be?
Yeah, I certainly hope not. I hope that he feels like he still has the belief of everybody because I do believe in him. And Jared Goff is our quarterback, and I love him. And I think that again, this team can win with him. I just think that on games like this, he's got to be better, especially at the end of the game. Like you got to be better. The Lions could have scored a touchdown on that drive, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fizzled out. And again, you got to rely on a 59-yard kick, which is just not. It's not sustainable. Like it's not a sustainable way to play.
Playing us.
Yeah, but even if we were in New York, let's say the wind is swirling around like how it tends to swirl around at MetLife, and I've been at MetLife, it gets crazy up there. Bates might not make that field goal. You don't have the perfect climate control or whatever. Like you gotta put your team in a better position there. But I'm hoping for the best for Goff. I'm hoping that against Green Bay he really comes out motivated. CB, you got something you want to chime in with?
Well, I mean, I do agree with you guys, but I think where we are with golf and just the years that he's been here, Detroit fans, we're gonna have to take the good with the bad. I mean, just golf. Obviously, he's not mobile. More so when you have if he doesn't have like the O line, more so in a good situation or almost perfect situation, when he feels that pressure once it comes, you can throw golf off his game. Him, Texans, he threw 5 interceptions in one game. So it's easy to get him off script. Just rush 3 or 4. And if the Lions O line isn't holding up, which they've had a lot of issues this year, more issues than we had in the past years, because I think we're so used to our O line being so good, being
Mm-hmm.
almost even in the top 5, and we're out of the top 10 right now. We got some things. We got some things to work on that O line too. Golf has some things to work on. Um, our offense just has not been gelling this year. I mean, like you said, like Zach said, we have all these weapons. We got all this speed. JMO, 0 catches, 0 yards. Tesla, 0 yards, 0 catches. I mean, St. Brown, yeah, we finally hit him on a couple things, and obviously Gibbs pretty much rescued us. I mean, let's be real, without that touchdown,
Which
we
one?
might be
He
reporting.
had, he had like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, the one in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I forgot. I actually had Jahmyr Gibbs on my fantasy team, and I was like, oh my god.
52. I got him 2 on one of them. I got like 6 teams, but
Yeah,
well, since you're
50.
since you're wearing the Gibbs jersey, I got a question for you guys because I feel like the concept or like the idea of having 0 as a number is cool, but I feel like it looks ugly on jerseys, and I love the number 26. I wish he would have kept it. What do you guys think about the number 0 jerseys?
I prefer the 26 as well. I hated the 0 when I first saw him in it, but I'm not gonna lie. Whatever the kids like to call it, aura or whatever, Jahmyr got all of that times 1,000. So he has made it look still fairly cool. And we also got a number 0 that's playing really well for the Pistons. So Detroit guys just look good in it, I guess, right now. But um, yeah, I prefer the 26. Obviously, he's not getting 20, so 26 was probably like the next best thing. I felt like.
Yeah, I mean, on every team, there's zeros everywhere now, but I just feel like all of them look ugly. I just it just Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero. That's a cool idea and everything, but it just doesn't translate to jerseys for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Cool
mean the
idea.
number 0. I guess I'm used to seeing that. Yeah, like the double digit kind of thing did look real nice to 26, but you know, I don't know when he switched to 0. I mean, look at the season he having.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah,
That kid
I
is
think he won.
special.
I think he won at number one, but J-Mo got number one. I know J-Mo won at number one for like the longest. So, oh
Yeah,
well.
J-Mo's probably gonna have to pay. Well, Jameer would have to pay J-Mo probably big money for him to try to get that one.
Yeah, which nah. Now I'm a rookie contract. Nah.
Yeah, speaking of contracts, when Gibbs' contract is up, oh, we
I was
cannot
gonna make
let
a
Gibbs walk out the door.
I was gonna make a gambling joke about JMO, but maybe I shouldn't.
You know what? We're here for a little bit of humor. I'm here for it.
I
Go
I
for it.
I don't know. I was gonna say, if you're talking about like paying him money, I'm sure Gibbs could hook him up on a parlay or something.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I need guys to delete them apps from their phone instantly. Like, please, just
Man,
don't
it's
bother.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, taking over the sponsors and all that everywhere. Like, ugh.
Everywhere. It
You know,
rules everywhere.
it's just crazy. I mean, there's some instances where you can kind of understand, because a lot of guys, I think they say like the average NFL career, because there's so much turnover, is like 3.5, 4 years. A lot of guys know that they're not going to be super wealthy off of it, so you can kind of understand. But if you're JMO, or well, I guess he wasn't even really betting on himself or the Lions or whatever. It was just like he was betting on something, but in the facility, which you can bet on those things, just not here.
Yeah, and I
We're
think the
we're picking
facility
nits.
they were counting as like the team hotel or something
Yeah.
Or the
silly.
cafeteria or something.
Yeah, it was something dumb, but also like just don't do it. I guess.
But I mean,
Yeah.
there's that was it Cleveland pitcher or whatever, Classe or whatever.
Oh yeah, they're wild.
He was about to get a bag, and now he blew it up. He blew it.
Yeah, over like 5,000. He wasn't even getting a large cut out of that. So
Yeah.
I would hope that our guys
Nice.
are a little smarter than that. But baseball is also, I feel like, easier to manipulate.
Yeah, I mean, all he was doing, I don't know if you probably know about it, but he was just throwing his first pitch at the ground, and people were betting on that. But if he's still winning the games and he was like the best closer in baseball, it's kind of like the Pete Rose situation. I feel like if you're not betting on yourself to lose, then what's the
I don't
harm?
think it's yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I don't. If you're like betting on yourself to win, it's almost like, oh, well, you're not like affecting the integrity of the game necessarily. But
Yeah.
the rules are the rules. The rules are the rules. And J-Mo, the 6 game suspension was just too much. I didn't understand six. Four, I
Yeah,
can get.
it was BS, just complete BS. I like teasing Lions fans. I'm a troll, guys. If you see my posts on Facebook, I haven't had much to be happy about as a Giants fan, so I wasn't really comfortable with the 10-point lead or whatever. But if I got an opportunity to say, you know, just all the crazy stuff I say, it's 100% not serious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're the
Any
same way
other? No, for sure.
with Packers.
Any? Oh my god, I cannot. Yeah, them. I can like the Giants. I can have a fun conversation with the Packers. Like once a Packers fan comes on here, I have to tell them like, by the way, I do hate your team. Like I hate everything you stand for.
That's how I am with the Eagles and Cowboys. I'm a player guy, So throughout my childhood, I could watch every game because there's always players on every team I want to see. But the Eagles and Cowboys are the two teams where I don't wish any injury on anybody or anything like that. But watching them lose or watching them kind of go through it makes me feel really good inside.
Same. Feel the same way about the Packers and the Bears.
All right. On
Well,
that note, oh, go ahead.
I don't know.
Oh no, I was gonna say. All right. On that note, so what's next for the New York Giants? Their game.
We have the New England Patriots, so it's gonna get.
Oh,
I think
oh,
like a couple weeks back they were saying like the Giants' remaining schedule is like the toughest in the league, so things aren't gonna get much better for us.
Oh man, but the
I,
Patriots are nice.
can I theorize? I'm gonna put it out there, and I'm gonna go out on a limb. Obviously, I think a lot of people feel this way about the Colts. The Colts are overrated. They're not as good as their record indicates. Them losing to Kansas City today was not a surprise to me. I think New England is better, but I don't think that they're going to go very far in the playoffs either.
We'll see.
I'm not. I'm not sure. Man, it's crazy how quick, 1 year just I felt like they were never bad. They got good so quick. Changed the coach, brought Josh McDaniels back in, grabbed Trey Henderson and stuff, and Stephon Diggs, and all of a sudden they're back to what they were uh, pre Brady leaving and stuff, which is kind of annoying. Um, but being in Michigan, we know a lot of people that are Brady guys, and that made them be Patriots fans too. I kind of, for nostalgic reasons, I like the Patriots because growing up it was like Colts and Patriots were like the thing every year. Um, so I don't know. They surprised me so far. I thought they would be better, but being 9-2 or whatever and being top of the AFC, I did not see that coming. So I don't know shit. I
Yeah,
learned
definitely a
over time.
surprise. I think Drake May's legit. I do think that they have one for them. I think he's legit. I just think high end talent. Like you got to win with high end talent, and I do wonder how much they have. I mean, I like Christian Gonzalez, and Stephon Diggs is good. Travion Henderson, there's some guys, but I don't think they have enough top tier talent. Like when I look at the Eagles,
Yeah.
obviously it's a team full of names, but like the names win. Like they got them the Super Bowl pretty easily at that last year. So I think the Patriots are a little bit short on that. And with
I
the
agree.
Colts, I know Giants fans, I don't trust Daniel Jones like at all. I just don't.
Charlie.
See, I'm a Daniel Jones guy. I hated what happened to him in New York. I was constantly fighting. I can't. Giants fans annoy the hell out of me, especially on Facebook, because once again they want everybody fired. They want everybody cut. But I felt like he was. So people are gonna say he was there for 5.5, 6 years or whatever, but they wanted him gone the second he got there because when they drafted him six overall from Duke. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say I was watching Duke football, but if you're drafted to the Giants, I'm I'm riding your I'm your biggest fan. I want you to do well. I don't care. I don't like losing ever. I don't like tanking. I don't like but I felt like he was never given a shot. Um, Saquon Barkley was injured for like a year and a half of that time. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't get him a receiver until Neighbors his last year, but that first year, that playoff run, they went to the playoffs once and beat Minnesota, but he was throwing to Darius Slayton, Isaiah Hodgins, and Richie James. Isaiah
Mm-hmm.
Hodgins was on the Bills practice squad when we got him. He was on the practice squad again when we got him. Richie James was a return guy. You haven't heard from him since. So that's what he had to work with. And you got Brian Dable, who does not seem to care about like player safety at all. So Jones had an ACL, then he broke his neck, and then it was just like he was set up for failure. And he went through 3 head coaches in 5 years. I always have kind of a soft spot for the players that go like the first couple years in the league. They're going like turnovers, nuts. Coordinators are getting taken, coaches are getting fired. I've kind of had it enough of like Trevor Lawrence at this point. I'm kind of giving up on him, but I was like, Urban Meyer that rookie year was a complete disaster. That has to set you back. Doug Peterson was Doug Peterson, and now he's got Cohen, and he's still not winning them games. So at some point you got to cut the cord. But I just felt bad for Daniel Jones.
That's a very fair perspective, and I think that's a good breakdown from a Giants perspective because he definitely wasn't ever given much of anything. And it's easy to look at the highlights or even see some of the games and be like, oh, well, he's not playing well. But you got to put guys in a position to succeed. And the Colts are clearly doing that. I mean, again, how good is he? I don't really know. Is he going to step up in the big moments? Who knows? But clearly, if you give him some support, seems like it can work pretty well. So there is that. That is absolutely valid.
I believe that whatever your team is, you got to support them through thick and thin. It's like a relationship because not only is it beneficial for their mental health, but imagine you're a free agent. So the Giants, we're gonna be looking for a coach. Um, we might want to try to grab some receivers or something from somewhere. But who wants to come to New York when the first time you drop the ball, people want you cut?
Mm.
Would you want to play there? I wouldn't.
It sounds scary. It sounds very intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
New
mean
York Giants is that big market.
yeah, but they stab you in the back the second you don't do well. So
Hmm.
I wish I wish fans would be fans, but like I said earlier, I feel like nowadays, uh, all the viral clips are of people throwing temper tantrums.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay,
Yeah.
so that wraps up their preview. So what is next for the Lions preview? We have to play dun 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 Green Bay Thanksgiving Day. Any predictions?
Here you go with the predictions. It's Thursday, so I think it's a little better to make predictions than for Sunday. Um, Obviously, my heart says the Lions absolutely get revenge and beat the shit out of the Packers. Like that would make my soul feel good. It really would, especially on
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving Day. Um, but you know me, I also want to see the injury report. Kirby Joseph still not back. Terry Arnold still not back. It's just guys that we're missing, and I think these guys are going to be really, really important for us succeeding against Green Bay. But Green Bay also does not look very good right now. So if we can get one of those DBs back, whether it's Kirby or Terry, hopefully both, but if we can get one of them back, I like the Lions' chances. I would slightly favor the Lions, but I'm thinking it's a toss up, and I will only give them the edge on some Vegas type where like 3 points because you're at home. Um, so I'd slightly favor the Lions, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's gonna be tough. I I'm gonna go with we get our revenge. We need to get our sweet revenge. If we don't, I don't know how we prove and how we come out of the NFC in the playoffs. I don't know. But me, I'm going Detroit gets revenge, walk off field goal. We can win by one. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game though.
I do. I do. I just get the feeling it is. I think the Lions
Hopefully on
offense
our
is
end.
I think they're going to come ready to play. They got something to prove, just based off of how they struggled against Green Bay in the beginning of the season. I do think their offensive line has improved a lot when it comes to run blocking, and we know the Lions they have to succeed running the ball in order for them to truly be successful. And it's gotten a lot better. And obviously this week, it looked pretty good as well. So if they're able to run the ball against Green Bay, I think they can win. I'm also not a believer in Jordan Love. I don't think that he is upper echelon of a quarterback. And I just go back to the fact that Green Bay ran the highest percentage of run plays of any team in the NFL last year. And when I was watching them play today, again, there were a lot of situations where they could have passed it in crucial situations, and they chose to run it. And I just don't feel like Matt LaFleur trusts Jordan Love. I really don't. Um, and I can honestly understand why. So I'm going to slightly favor the Lions. But Green Bay will put some points up. Romeo Dobbs has been playing really well. Christian Watson is playing really
Mhm.
well. Um, Josh Jacobs will hopefully be back for that game for them. But yeah, I think the Lions slightly in a high scoring game.
so I have more confidence in you guys than you guys do. I if I'm a I'm a Lions fan or the Lions, um, no Green Bay receiver scares me. And as you just said, I mean, I have Josh Jacobs on my fantasy team, but um, if he's out, then I don't really fear Emmanuel Wilson. He had a good game today. Uh, so I just offensively, I don't think there's much to fear from them. And you guys have this one guy. I think his name's Gibbs, Jameer Gibbs. Heard of him? So I and Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. So I think you guys are gonna be just fine. I think I could see the Lions winning like 31-17.
Ooh,
I hope so.
I
I,
like
I just
I like
week
that.
one, our performance against Green Bay week one, but it was week one, obviously, but yeah, we just can't do a repeat of week one because week one we got the door kicked off. Our offensive line jerk off a sack how many
Yeah,
times? What, 4 or 5?
yeah, it really was the miscommunication though, and I know I went back and looked at the film and did a little bit of a breakdown of that, but the miscommunications were crazy. Like they were leaving the running backs out to dry to the point where Gibbs couldn't do his magic. Montgomery couldn't break the tackles because they were literally getting hit as they were getting the ball,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and that has improved a lot so far this season to the point where at least like if they're losing one on one, they're losing one on one, but they're not leaving guys unblocked very often at least. So if they can get a hat on a hat, get through the holes a little bit, I think they should succeed. As you mentioned, Green Bay's wide receivers don't scare you. I feel the same way about Green Bay's corners. They don't scare me. Like I'm sorry,
Right.
Keyshawn Nixon might be playing okay, but like Amon-Ra St. Brown is cooking him. Like he's cooking him, and so is Jameson Williams. So I I feel good about the Lions on paper beating the Packers, but it might be a mental thing where they got to get over that hurdle of whatever. Michael Parsons, the demons. I don't know what the hell it is.
For me, I don't put any stock into things that happen in the first 2 or 3 weeks. So the whatever it was, 24-28-13 or whatever it was, I don't put anything into that. That can happen in division rivalry games on the road week one. New offensive coordinator. What was it? Ragnow retires a couple weeks
Yep.
or whatever it was, and you're just getting your feet back underneath you. So I didn't make a big deal about that. So I think the Lions are going to be just fine. I think they're gonna cook. I think they're going to win by 2 scores at least.
Mm, I
Yeah,
like
we better
that.
be coming on here, I'm coming on here broadcasting to win.
I mean, if the Panthers can put 30 on them and the Cowboys can put 40 on them, and
Yep.
they can be got.
Agreed.
So
Oh
Agreed.
yeah, they definitely can. They definitely can. I know that defense. Like you said, games they do pop out and they do really good. But I think the Lions they got enough on tape of Green Bay. Like you said, they got by the Panthers. Cowboys it was 40-40. They got hung on the tie. So I'm thinking Detroit bounces back. We get our sweet revenge. Obviously, Detroit fans have this game circled
Mm.
because that was week one, our most embarrassing loss, let's be honest. Yeah, I think we get our revenge, and I'm coming back on here. I'm broadcasting to win. Broadcasting to win.
I think so too.
Dub
Yeah,
City.
I would like to see that too. I will say I don't know if that was the Lions' most embarrassing loss. That Minnesota loss was not okay either. Um, but I just had
It
to put
wasn't,
that out
but Green
there.
Bay was embarrassing. That
As
offensive
as
line.
a JJ McCarthy lover, he looks horrible right now, and we gave him his one shining moment. So that's why I just have a little bit of caution when it comes to these quarterbacks that you think won't beat us. Like Jameis Winston, we knew would get some yards, but like 400, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
He
yeah. I
said
mean,
400.
I'm a Wolverine fan as well. But me and my friends kind of. I mean, if you look at the Michigan team that won the Natty, they ran the ball like 85% of the time. He was not asked to win them games, just don't lose them games. So coming out, I was surprised that the Vikings took him so high and moved up to grab him because I didn't think that he was like a first round quarterback talent. and I mean he could develop into that, but it's been very ugly for him. And I don't understand the Vikings. I keep saying it each week why they're throwing the ball more than they run the ball, because Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason are pretty effective, and you have a rookie quarterback struggling. So why aren't you running the ball? But they continue to just let him throw it like 35 times a game, and you're not going to win that way. So it is what it is.
Yeah, there's this thing where like you can believe in a guy without saying, okay, it's all on your shoulders. Like we believe in JJ at Michigan, and for good reason, but we didn't put it all on his shoulders. And Minnesota is kind of doing that right now, and
Hmm.
he's not ready. He's not ready. He's a young guy. He's got all the physical capabilities, but like he's not ready. He doesn't know how to play quarterback fully. Every throw
But
is
that's
like
what they do in
100
the
miles per
NFL.
hour. Yeah, but I'm like, give him a little bit of time. Let him learn. Please let him learn. Because seeing every pass
They
come out of
couldn't. They
his
got
hand
rid of
is
Sam Darnold.
fastball.
That's
Exactly.
right.
They
Yeah,
had
and
no
I
choice.
get it. I get it because you would have had to give Darnold money over years, and eventually they probably would have felt like JJ would have been ready. But I, I don't know. I think he'll be fine, but I hope they're not putting him behind the eight ball by like trying to really force him into like we believe, we believe, we believe. Like it's okay if you're not ready. It's okay.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's what you're saying is accurate, because I feel like there's a little bit of that those thoughts creeping in that we made the mistake by letting Sam go, we made the mistake by moving up, and now they're kind of like doubling down on it instead of like taking a step back to reevaluate. Um, Now they can't be wrong because they invested so much into him.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I think they just panicked when Sam Darnold lost the playoffs for them, and they said, "Let's move on." But I think they're a little too quick to come up off of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I get it. Darnold is kind of like he's just one of those guys that not similar to golf, but like I think you have concerns about him winning the big game. I have those concerns too, but um, yeah, I feel
That's
like
fair.
JJ doesn't look ready at the same time either. So it's like, what do you do in this situation? I just think they need to play way more complimentary football. And give him some easy stuff. Like I feel like a lot of the throws he's trying to make are not the easiest throws. So dial it back. Tell him stop throwing the ball 100 miles per hour. I'm so sick of him trying to dart everything in. Throw with some touch, please, please, please.
Yeah, need to run that
But if he's
ball.
losing to the Lions, I'm not mad. I'm not mad if he's losing to the Lions. I'll take that though.
Well, he won.
He did.
Yeah, I feel
Unfortunately,
like
I
I
mean,
feel
it
like
was
the
embarrassing, but he won.
I mean I feel like the Vikings they abandon their game plan too quickly. It's just like sometimes when the run's not working, I feel like you should still stick with it, because you're still wearing down the defense. It's I compare it to like the Ali rope a dope. Eventually, you're gonna break through, and if as long as you're not getting blown out, if the score's still close, what made the Patriots dynasty so great was, some teams when they get the lead, they play to not lose. The Patriots just always kept playing to win and never adjusted from what they came into the game wanting to do. And the Vikings immediately, when they're down a touchdown, change everything. At least that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah, I believe the
But
Vikings are 4-7, so they sit at the bottom of the division right now. We're third. Green Bay is
close third.
second, and who would have knew Chicago would be first? Damn it! But I guess that's a different conversation for a different day.
Hey, we beat about 40 earlier this year. I'll take it.
And we got to play them
I I,
again.
I took the Bears to win the division in my preseason ranking, or predictions or whatever, but honestly, their wins are not impressive. They're squeaking by people. Sometimes they should win by more.
Hmm.
They're not. Their schedule's been kind of soft. Uh, I don't worry about the Lions first time either. I think the Lions are going to do just what they did to them the first time again when they play. Because once
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
again, the Bears defense isn't anything to be nervous about, and the Bears don't run the ball really well. I haven't heard DJ Moore all year, so I'm not sure how they're winning these games.
Yeah, a lot of hot
Mhm.
luck. A lot of hot luck. But also to be fair, I mean 8-3 is 8-3. We'll take it. But you're right, they are playing a last place schedule. So yeah, while we got the first place schedule because we earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We earned
we working out
it.
that to now. We got a
Yeah.
nice little tough schedule, but a lot of our toughness is behind us. So yeah, we just got to get through this Green Bay game, and we will be back here Black Friday
Black
reporting a
Friday, if
win,
not Thursday.
or
Yeah,
Thursday. Well,
Thursday.
yeah, we could probably do Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be back here reporting the win. Who wants to wrap up this episode?
I could take it, but I'll definitely make sure that I give our guests the final word. But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Please continue to do so, as CB has mentioned. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, for sure, YouTube, all those different things. 411 Lions. You can follow me on _ Dr. King's Dream. You can follow her as CB Loves That for you. But with that being said, I do want to pass it off to my guests. Please let them know where they can follow you, where they can find you. And also, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
guys. I appreciate you guys having me. I get tongue tied sometimes. Um, Jive Sports, TikTok and YouTube, Jivesportspod. Thanks again for having me. You guys ever want to do something again? I'd like to get you guys on ours, but our schedule is so messed up. I've been recording like in the mornings, at night, but my partner got to get back on the same page with him. But thanks again. It was fun. I'm dealing with a cold, as you guys can probably tell, so I'm ready to go lay down.
All righty. Well, that
Awesome.
wraps up
A good
everything.
game, guys. Good game.
Oh, yeah. Good game, for sure. For sure. Crazy game.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Well,
Detroit. Oh, go ahead.
go
You want to
ahead.
take it away, or
Yeah, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. We are out of
okay?
here. Peace out.
Peace.